a white pigeon, had showed up at the hot springs pool in the fenced-in area and was not leaving.
Okay. Is that where you're at now? You're just hanging out? Please don't poop on me.
We're all getting really attached to this bird.
You better stay in here tonight, little one. He's scared.
And then the very next day, I go into work. Dave was gone.
We basically thought we were never going to see him again. He had just gotten attacked and he was going to go off, die in some bush somewhere. As I'm sitting there brushing Baloo, what else could have possibly happened but Dave just strolling up, just walking casually up to me and Baloo while I'm brushing him.
Mom, holy look. Oh my God. Dave came back and he came to our RV. He's literally never even been here.
He had injuries from his hawk attack. We need to go online and see if there is anywhere that will treat a pigeon.
Never picked up a bird before. First time for everything, I guess.
How are you doing in there? First car ride?
We're going away. Get your bag, check the tag. Decision is made. Lock your door, need no more. It's a journey for life, and I'm your ride. Hang on, I cannot go wrong.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Travel Dogs.
Before we jump into this story, if you haven't already, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and ring the bell for notifications.
It doesn't cost anything to subscribe to our channel. It's basically just showing your support, and you get notified when we make posts so that you can see more. All right, so last fall, we had the opportunity to do a work camping job out in Tacoma, California. While we were there, we were working at a hot springs resort. One of our work camping friends messaged us. We were out of town for the night, and they basically asked us if we rescued birds. A lot of our work camping friends knew that Baloo and Delilah were rescues, so I think that's kind of why they reached out to us. Apparently, what we had thought was a dove at the time, but was actually a white pigeon, had showed up at the hot springs pool in the fenced-in area and was not leaving.
You pooped right here.
Did you poop on the pool? And again. Oh, that was pee, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you could just walk right up to this bird, you could pet it, you could let it perch on you.
There you go. Okay. Is that where you're at now? You're just hanging out? Please don't poop on me.
He was there at the resort for about a week. He just hung out in the pool area for the most part. It was really warm in that area and it was fenced off, so a lot of the coyotes and other predators couldn't really get to him. I worked the night shift while we were out there, and our co-workers, work camping couple, Tina and Kane. Tina worked the day shift, and she would hang out with the pigeon during the day. He would ride the golf cart with her. She would give him water and some food, and I would kind of do the same at night.
So let me get this straight. I can't pet you, but you can sit on me. Yes?
Now you're getting it.
Is that you have peanut butter all over your face?
After a couple days, we did become concerned, like, why is he not leaving? Is he lost? Where is he from? What is he doing? On a side note, the week that the pigeon showed up, one of my very best friends, her father was experiencing a lot of health issues. Her family is a very sweet family, very good-hearted people, and they are Christian. So we knew that a dove can be representative of the Holy Spirit and can be a good omen. And so, with that going on and this pristine white bird showing up, we kind of thought he was a good omen. So we just kind of lovingly started referring to him as Dave. Meanwhile, our friend Tina and Kane started referring to him as Peace. So we kind of were just calling him Dave Peace by the end of it. Once you name something, you get attached to it.
We finally found something that he likes to eat.
We don't have any bird seed and we live in the middle of nowhere.
He went crazy for it.
Needless to say, we're all getting really attached to this bird, and then the very next day I go into work, come to find out that Dave was gone. Basically, he was attacked by what we believe was a hawk. While Dave was being attacked by this bird, luckily Tina was on duty at work, and she walked up on the scene of this happening and kind of threw a rock in their general vicinity to try to scare the bird away, and it worked. Unfortunately, Dave was pretty injured at this point, and she wasn't super sure that he was going to make it, and she wasn't really sure what to do. None of us really had a good living situation to take him in. At the time, we still thought he might be a wild bird, so we really didn't, know that we really even should be taking him in.
The closest city was Vegas, an hour and a half away.
Basically, from what I understand, I think she had a pretty emotional moment with him and then released him because she just didn't really know what to do, and it's completely understandable. She took him out front of the resort and released him. He did a couple laps around the resort and then flew off in a far distant direction.
We basically thought we were never going to see him again. We thought that he had just gotten attacked and he was going to go off die in some bush somewhere or something. So like Krista had said, she didn't work till the night shift. So we were outside brushing the dogs, and she had actually gone inside. As I'm sitting there brushing Baloo, what else could have possibly happened but Dave just strolling up, just walking casually up to me and Baloo while I'm brushing him. And I'm like flipping out. I'm like, Krista, come out here.
I go outside, and I was actually doing a video chat app with my mom, and before Adam could even say anything, I see Dave.
Mom, holy look. Oh my god. Dave came back and he came to our RV. He's literally never even been here. Oh my god. Buddy, you came back. You came. Hi. Are you hungry? Dave, get your food.
What's up, baby?
Hi.
You have to understand, this resort was fairly large, and we were all the way parked at the back of the RV park, well away from the pool. So we, it's not like he'd ever been near our RV or anything like that. So we were just shocked that he was able to find us, first of all.
What? He's like, the pool is far away. He's never been over here. He flew the opposite direction is what Stephanie told me. How did he just show up when we just sat out here for 5 minutes for no reason, and he just showed up? He's like sitting right in between Adam and I, and he's like, he feels safe, I think. I'm like literally shaking right now. Like, this is, I don't know. This is crazy, right?
I was definitely surprised to be brushing Blue and have him walk up on me.
So we basically at this point assumed that it was a sign from God, that we were summoned to help this bird. We were chosen. And so we had discussed it. We had talked about bringing him in, but with Baloo and Delilah, I don't think it really would have been a good idea to have a bird in that mix in an RV nonetheless. And
Baloo and Delilah were excited and interested in him, but they seemed to not have the best of intentions with their
we didn't
interest.
trust them.
Battle. Wow, Isla, you get a new friend?
He had injuries from his hawk attack, first of all. So our first thought is we need to go online and see if there is anywhere that will treat a pigeon. Pigeons have really negative stereotypes surrounding them as these feral, dirty creatures that nobody really cares about. We got on this website and found out that it could not be farther from the truth. Basically, we found a pigeon diplomacy website. We'll link it down in the description. It was a very helpful website. It had a lot of links for places that would help him and just a lot of information about pigeons in general. And, within like a quick 30-minute Google search, we basically found out pigeons are domesticated, first of all. They're actually fairly clean creatures compared to other birds.
Well, and apparently getting a pigeon medical attention is a really complicated task because several of the places that I called, they're like, what do you have? Oh, a pigeon? Oh, we'll take that for you. And I'm like, you'll take it what do you mean you'll take it from me? I'm like, what are you going to do with it when you take it from me? And they're like, oh, we'll euthanize them. I'm like, click. So after a lot of missed calls and not being able to find anyone, I was able to get a hold of this nice woman named Terry. She runs this organization called Avian Underdogs. We'll link them down in the description below. I would highly recommend donating to their cause because they are very admirable and they do a whole lot. And she takes a lot of their care into her own hands and pays out of pocket for them. So
yeah, basically, if you donate to them, your donation is pretty much going to go directly to medical expenses for all kinds of birds that this woman is taking in. And taking care of on her own accord.
The only hiccup in the plan was the unfortunate fact that we were up in Tacoma, California, and she was down in Lake Forest, California, which is almost 250 miles away. So it was going to be a commitment on our part. And, you know, I mean, let's do it.
I still had work for a couple of days, so we talked to her, we explained his injuries. She didn't think they sounded life-threatening, so we basically decided that on my next day off, we were going to drive up to her. So that just meant for the time being, we just had to set him up with an adequate shelter to keep him safe from elements and predators. We got crazy windstorms out in Tacoma, of course, while this was happening, so he had to stay with us for 2 nights out in this strange apparatus that Adam and Kane threw together to take care of this bird. At the earliest convenience, we set out to Lake Forest, California.
What's up, dude? Moving day.
What are you doing, Dave? He knows. He's like, what are we doing?
It's moving day.
Yeah, he hasn't done this the whole time. He's like, let's go, let's do it. He knows this is the door too. He's so
Oh, yeah.
smart.
Never picked up a bird before. First time for everything, I guess.
Do you have it? Okay. All right, there's Dave. We're gonna put some extra stuff here so that he's secure for transport. I feel a little bad that Dave's in the back of the trunk in a laundry basket, but at the same time, I really don't know how else to transport him. And because it's such a long drive to LA, we have to bring these 2 nerds with us. And we need him to be safe from them also, and, you know, away from them, and then be away from him and all of that. So yeah, we're ready to head out.
We're excited to get Dave some help. Dave's not making a peep back there, but when we stop for gas, we'll probably have to go check on him just to make sure he's not getting sick or anything. All right, so we're filling up for gas. Got to check on Dave, see how he's doing here.
What's up, buddy? How are you doing in there? First car ride? Only a couple poops? You're doing good, bud. Dogs are over there. Going to the Bonzo. Let's save Dave.
We are basically almost here.
We are there.
We're there, man.
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Oh, gosh. It was long.
When we arrived at Avian Underdogs, it was apparent that Terry really knew what she was doing. She really cared about these birds and was able to handle these birds like nobody's business. And she was able to tell us even that Dave was legitimately a Dave. He was a boy.
I know, we just met like fresh.
So, are you able to actually like feel and tell?
This is 99.9%. Yeah.
Oh, he is a boy.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's the biggest one, and then he's got a little spot on his back that was a little beat up from that bird attack too.
That's filleted for
Yeah.
Well, but it doesn't look like it goes all the way into the crops. Okay, we may have a broken here, you see how
Okay.
dark and discolored that spot is.
Okay. He's a sweetie though. He's been so sweet with us.
Yeah, you pigeons are pretty smart. You know how to pick your people, don't you?
Yeah, we were just waiting outside and he just strolled up after his attack, so.
You know, you're very lucky.
When he came back, we were just like in shock that he just showed up. But I don't. Maybe that's pretty common for a bird like
Once
him.
they know they need help, they have pretty good judgment with people. Yeah, and many of them will actually like go to a patio slider and go tap tap tap. Hey, I'm here. Yeah. Clearly, well, he was either injured or clearly lost and no longer knew which way to go.
Thank you so much for
You're
taking
very
him.
welcome. Do you give him a name or you call him
We're calling him Dave.
Dave? That's right.
Dave Peace is what
Yeah.
his full name we've been calling him for, but
All right, Dave. There you go. Looking to see how far you guys came with this bird, and it's like over 230 miles.
it was a little bit of a drive.
So the previous record was held by a very nice lady who brought a tiny baby sparrow from China Lake out by Ridgecrest.
Okay.
Okay.
That was an easy trip. 170 miles.
I'm not usually focused on setting records, but I guess setting a record for helping a pigeon, I'm okay with that.
That's pretty awesome.
Well, I would say that went pretty well. She's a really nice lady, and the dogs really loved meeting her. She was a big fan of them too. And so we're just going to continue to keep updated on his story and hope that everything goes all as planned. And it sounds like these pigeons get adopted out pretty easily, and we just hope that that's the case for Dave.
Kind of sad, but I'm happy too. Like, it's like a mixture of emotions, I guess. I mean, I've never been like, a consistent volunteer person, but I know like what these people go through on a regular basis, people that do rescue and foster and stuff. I know that that's kind of part of the process with animals. Talking to her about how like apparently they do like remember people and like, seek help and stuff, it made me feel really happy that he like came and like literally walked up to our house. Like, that's still crazy to me, that he just came looking for us. It makes me happy that when we were trying to care for him for that week out at the pool, that he did recognize that that's what we were doing. I think it's amazing the connection that animals and people can have. The world is better for having people in it like Terry. That's all I can say.
Yeah, we're really happy that we were able to help him out, and I think it's important to take these little opportunities to help out when we can, because we don't always get the opportunity to. So it feels good when you actually have the chance to make a difference. Yeah, so I mean, a couple of weeks later, actually, I checked in with Terry and asked her how he was doing, and apparently that day he was getting adopted. He was going to his forever home. And the best news of the whole story is that he was going to have a partner. He was going to find his little lady pigeon at his new home.
He was adopted by a beautiful couple, Yaning and Lee. They are just amazing people. And not only did he find an amazing home, but we actually got the opportunity to FaceTime with them and chat with them.
Yeah, I'm feeding him. So he's trying to get those. Now come here, Dave.
Hi, Dave.
So I adopted Sveta first, and later I find she's really into like male pigeons. Whenever I'm playing some like videos of some pigeon cooing over there, she's just a super. She was just super interested in that. Yeah. So later I kind of want to adopt a partner for her. I was about to adopt another bird called Hamlet, but he passed away like the night before we are picking him up. We were going to pick him up. Wow. So that was really kind of shocked my husband a lot, and also I was super sad about that. So after a few days, we just saw Dave's photo over there, and I just asked Terry, "Hey, is it okay for us to adopt him instead?" And Terry was like, "Okay, yeah, probably after his vet examination," and that's how we decided to get him. Dave's coming.
Hi, Dave. Hi, buddy. Hi, Dave.
See you in the show.
For Dave, he's really kind of sweet, and so basically he's not as destructive as Sveta. Sveta's really sassy. He really calls Sveta as a cat bird because she's really like a cat. If she wants to interact with you, she will just come and interact with you, by all means. If she doesn't want to play with you, then there's no way for you to play with her. You say Dave is a dog bird. He used to fight with my slipper, so it just reminded me of my dog. When I was young, I had a dog, and really dogs like to kind of bite on shoes, something like that. And he's just like that. He's really kind of protective of Sveta and me. Okay, he's close again. Since adopting the birds, they brought me a lot of joy to our life, and just so much fun to observing them and interacting with them. I think they make awesome pets. and they are really interactive, and they are really empathetic, and they can see like if you're feeling comfortable or not. And also they are just like so fun, they are so sassy, and I mean, at least for me, they probably is one of the best kind of cats for me. They are actually really like smart animals, and it's kind of estimated that they are kind of like 3-year-old kids. And basically, although they probably don't look that smart, but they actually know a lot. But Pigeon was domesticated a very long time ago, actually before chickens got domesticated. Pigeons outside on the street are kind of they used to be domesticated, but they kind of got back from being tamed to be a kind of something like a wild animal. But like first I was talking about like feral pigeons, but for domesticated animal it's a totally different story. And white pigeons they cannot really survive outside because they are breeded by human, and they were kept in a loft for most time of their life. And for these kind of real domesticated animals, if you put them outside, basically don't really have any skills for surviving outside. I think he's a homer, one of the like raising pigeon breed. Basically raising people just to like send them out and see like if they can go back to their home. And that's actually not something we really recommend. Pigeons are not dirty, and they are actually really good pets. I think there's just so many misunderstandings, at least from the people I know. Yeah, I was really amazed actually. Like, first of all, you drove all the way from the Death Valley to here. Like, that somebody can do all these for a little pigeon, and we know people have a lot of misunderstandings about pigeons, but I was just so impressed that people can do this kind of great thing to kind of a random pigeon. So we decided to keep his name Dave because it seemed that he remembers his name. Like when he first came to home, I called him Dave, and he just like turned his head towards me, and I just thought that probably he really knows his name, so probably I don't really want to change it. And also my husband is really into that name, so I didn't really change that.
Hi, Dave.
Yeah, so he's bringing Sveta here as well.
Oh, okay.
So
the whole family. That's awesome. Okay,
yeah,
that's awesome.
That's too funny.
Oh my gosh.
Now he's here.
Oh my gosh, hi. The whole family.
Yeah, the whole family's here. Okay,
oh
so
my goodness.
Everybody. So 3, 2, 1.
I definitely hope that this video has brought some joy to your day, but I also hope that you will take some of the information from this video just about pigeons being such intelligent, beautiful creatures. If you get an opportunity to help a person or a creature, that is a blessing. And we could not be more happy that we got the opportunity to meet Dave, learn about pigeons, meet Terry, meet Yaning and Lee and Sveta. This whole experience has just brought so much more joy and knowledge to our lives.
And you know, without Tina and Kane back at the resort, none of this would have been possible. Tina most definitely saved his life from the hawk. So it just goes to show you what sort of impact one person can really make, and what one pigeon can really make as an impact.
Be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, show us a little bit of support, and definitely check out our Instagram. We post photos weekly of the dogs and their travels, and definitely check out Sveta and Dave's Instagram that Yaning has made. It's a beautiful Instagram. She posts some of the best content. It's great. We'll link that down in the description as well. Definitely check her out.
If you've made it through to the end of this episode, we really appreciate you as a member of the Travel Dogs family.
Please be sure to tune in next week for our next episode. And as always, thanks for traveling with us. Bye, guys.